morning and welcome to Inside Tennessee. Happy New Year, New Year's Eve, otherwise known as amateur night for a lot of folks.
It's a working holiday in my world, yes.
Susan Richardson-Williams joins us. She's a Republican, runs her own PR firm.
Good morning and Happy New Year.
Good morning and Happy New Year. Don Bosch is a Democrat, runs his own law firm.
Good morning, Happy New Year, and I like that tie.
Thank you, sir.
We've seen that before.
Let's call attention to John North's tie because this is a model you wanted to show off.
Yeah, thank you. So first of all, thanks to Don for giving me the tie because he said it wasn't one he necessarily would make fit, but it's got skulls on it, and I think that's appropriate for this discussion we're having looking ahead at 2024.
You little skinny guys can wear those little skinny ties, so.
Skulls.
The 2024 prediction show. This is one of our favorites. This is where Don and Susan wax poetic on what's going to happen in 2024 without knowing anything about what has happened in 2024.
So wild guesses.
It is wild
looking
guesses.
like fools from time to
No,
time.
But you were pretty right on for
We hit
2024.
it last year.
If you missed this show last week, you should go back and watch it because it definitely, you can see it online. But let's start, Susan, with you. Let's get we're going to go through local, state, national, and politician of the year in 2024. Let's start locally with your winner of 2024. Again, your predicted winner.
My predicted winner for this coming year is Jackie Raley. Jackie is running for property assessor where she currently works. She has the support of John Whitehead, her boss, and she'll be running against Phil Ballard in the Republican primary. I expect a Republican to win, but I think Jackie has gotten out early. She's raising her money. She's doing events. She's out doing all kinds of door knocking and so forth. So I think Jackie will be our new property assessor.
Mr. Ballard has held that position as well. He and Mr. Whitehead had
back and
term limited, but because he's sat out now for the requisite period, he can run again.
Don, you're winner of 2024 locally.
Well, I struggled with this, but I'm very happy with my pick, but it relates to picks last year. Hector Sanchez, Judge Hector Sanchez, he has to stand for election in 24. He does not have an opponent, and he will remain, and hopefully someone else joins him, but as the only Hispanic trial court judge in the state of Tennessee. And that's important, and we need our judiciary to look like our population, and he's done a really good job in a new role for him. He's a fairly young judge as judges go, and I think he's our local winner.
He's a Marine veteran who also helped us out with the Veterans Day Parade, so appreciate the judge's work. You're a loser, Don, on the local level of 2020.
A rare moment of convergence between Susan and I. Daniel Herrera, he is running for county law director. He is the former party chair. I'll let Susan speak to it, of the Republican Party. We were thrilled as Democrats when he was the Republican chair because he did our best work. And but he's running for county law director, and that's an incredibly important job, and I don't think he is going to win. I think he's going to get beat, and the incumbent is going to hold the seat, and we hopefully will be through with Mr. Herrera in politics. I wish him well in his law practice, but we don't need to see him in elected office.
Susan, your loser of 2024 is?
The same, Daniel Herrera. As I said, Don and I agreed on one time. Daniel was the former party chairman, and he made a lot of folks mad in our party, and most of it was just because he spent a lot of money, of the party's money. He brought in Charlie Kirk at $20,000 or $25,000 fee, which we'd never spent before to have a paid speaker. And so there was some of the old guard, I guess, got angry at the new guard. And Daniel is running for law director, which is kind of, he's only been a lawyer, what, year and a half?
A little longer than that now.
Maybe 2 years?
Probably about 5 now.
No,
so
it hadn't been that long.
You'd be surprised, Susan. I remember when he talked to me about a job in our office.
Whatever.
It would be worth reminding people that are watching that it's a very fat local ballot that we are about to experience. Early voting starts on, I believe it's Valentine's Day?
Yes.
Right.
March is the primary.
And it's Super Tuesday, March 5. It is a big ballot for local races for everybody.
I'm on that
ballot.
ballot.
And you're a delegate.
I'm
and
running
I think
for
I heard
delegate.
there's going to be like maybe 90 names.
Oh, at least. There'll be more than that. Each candidate can have up to about 80-something delegates on there. So we've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 candidates.
If you're a Republican, plan to spend a lot of time.
Long time looking.
Susan, your issue locally of 2024 will be?
I think it's going to be mental health. We've talked a lot about it on our show. Our jails are full of people that have mental health and drug issues. We have one pilot program where you can take 6 or 8 mental health folks in, and they can only be there 3 or 4 days. And so we've got to focus on it. We've got to find a solution.
Don?
Not too far afield from what Susan's saying. I think the issue is really going to be continuing to watch the local collaborative efforts of county government and city government, Mayor Kincannon, Mayor Jacobs, as they relate to helping those that need help. And that means the homeless, the mentally ill, people who are lacking in health care, people who need better policing. We all need better policing, but there are certain communities that are more crime-ridden and crime-prone. And there's been a good collaboration between them. It needs to improve. It needs to continue to grow. And I'm not being critical of it, but we have so far to go still. And mental health is right in the middle of that, as Susan suggested.
John, you're not picking winners and losers because you do what I do, and that is journalism. But your issue of 2024, that's a fair ground to cover. What do you think we'll see most often in the headlines?
My guess would be public education. I think we saw that sort of emerging in 23. It's been politicized a lot, even at the local level. We've seen it elsewhere across the country. It's gotten, I'm sure in 24, it's going to be an issue where it becomes an us versus them issue, public education.
We are seeing a couple of people who serve on the board who say, I don't want another term here.
And we also have, it's going to be very interesting to watch. We've got several school board seats that are up this coming year.
Making that race partisan was the worst thing that could happen. And look, there were Republicans or people that identified as Republican that were on the school board when it was nonpartisan. I thought did a fabulous job. But making it partisan is going to make it much harder to get good people.
We're going to take a quick break on Inside Tennessee, back with predictions at the state level from Don and Susan right after this.